Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
The great fundamental issue now before our people can be stated.
There it goes out there.
France. He wants it all. He'll get it again. Welcome to Chattanooga, Tennessee prep basketball, coming to you live
Southeast Sports Network. We've got all the action tonight. Hamilton Heights, the Gauntlet Series from the Academy here. Excited to have you along with us. Game number 1, Showtime and Showdown. Gabriel Fry here with Tony Williams. Tony, good stuff. Excited to be back with week 3. We've had a great first few weeks of action. Some guys really showing off what they bring to the hardwood and getting geared up for a big season.
Absolutely. It's been a great 2 weeks so far. A lot of great competition, and now that we're about 4 weeks away from the season starting, can really start to see where the guys fall as far as within the structure of the main team, and also seeing some of the leaders of the 3 squads we've got here. Really been impressed by some standout performances over the last few weeks.
Both teams getting wrapped up, ready to go. 514 Elite wearing the Navy jerseys. They're on the left side of your screen. Showdown on the floor wearing white uniforms. Tip coming in just a moment. Thanks for being with us again in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Game 1, Week 3, the Gauntlet Series, hosted by the Hawks. This has been such a fantastic series. Thrilled to be along for it. Had some big action last week. Perkovic jammed home a dunk that burned out the lights. Caused a short on the far side of the gym. That was fun. A couple of viral moments. Dukovacic was just tearing it up. It seems like Perkovic and Dukovacic could do no wrong.
I tell you what, Vito has had 2 games so far, 1 game per week, where he has just gone off. He had a 37-point performance last week, a 40-point performance the week before, and Kevin Dukovacic has been the definition of consistency so far, averaging 25 points a game for 514 Elite.
Showdown setting the floor. TJ Richards. Orange is loose for a moment. Onwuta scoops it up, goes back to Richards, who gets the 3 ball. What a way to start 3-0.
And Showdown can be very dangerous if TJ Richards is doing that.
Richards back to the offensive end of the floor. Just 30 seconds off the clock in this one. 2 quick passes and now caught up along the side of the hardwood. To the offensive end, 1 minute gone, long pass to the backside. Nothing doing. Cut off quickly there. Dukovacic wants 3, that'll go. The response ties us up. Back to the offensive end, 514 comes up with the ball. Tony, they fooled me. I switched our home and away team on our broadcast. Driving down inside, and Dukovacic gets it there.
That's all right. I think we got it right now. So, yep, Showdown's up. No, I think the...
Is it still spoonerized?
Yeah, there it is. No, we're good.
All right. Yeah,
we're good. 514 is up 5-3. That's correct.
Coming back to the offensive end of the floor and in trouble. Elijah Tucker turns that over the junior guard from Atlanta. Showdown with a quick drive to the offensive end. Monyika takes the handoff down to the low block, lays this in off the glass. We're tied at 5 in Chattanooga.
Great job there by Chris finding space.
Kamai Samuels walking this along the arc. Looks both ways, outlet pass close side to Kovacic. Kovacic drives, wants to go off the glass. This is blockered away. Big man with a move there, Habib Yusuf, the senior. Lee to Samuels. Kamai Samuels, he's had a great outing so far. We're in week 3 of the Gauntlet, and he has been electric week in and week out as he makes the big play down low there.
Good finish there.
Slowed rise, and hopefully he's all right. $7-5 here in Chattanooga. A quick breakdown on the floor as they get him to his feet, and we'll get back underway just a couple of minutes off the clock between these two.
I think he got hit in the chest there. He's trying to walk it off, maybe knock the air out of him. Coach Cook's going to override and make an executive decision to sub him out here and give him a little breather.
Showdown. Manyika will drive his way to the offensive end, takes it into the paint, swatted at on the whistle. A little too much for the liking of the official. That'll send Manyika to the line. Christopher Manyika played for Brockwood Elite 16U during the summer. He's a multi-positional player. Most notably, a great rebounder.
Great rebounder. He's really good defender overall. He can also, shoot the ball. We've seen him drive to the basket. He's a good player, and coming from, like you said, from Brookwood Elite up in Canada. Really good AAU team.
Lee pops that up and in. 6'6" senior forward. Great floor stretcher. Great shooter. Originally from China. This is Manyika from the mid-post and whistle before he can get the shot off.
Got 3 seconds down there by our second referee, Coach Stephen Cook. That's why we were a little bit delayed on the broadcast, waiting on the second official. And, some of these guys, they work other jobs and things like that. Our official got tied up, so we're trying to give him some time to get here, but decided the show must go on. So Coach Cook's going to step in there.
Couldn't hit the three. I love seeing Coach Cook step in there, man. He's doing it all. Pretty cool to see somebody who's so dedicated to the growth of a program and these guys individually. I've been around a few coaches like that, but they're not a dime a dozen. It's hard to find guys that are as dedicated as he is. And you, really. I mean, I know that's awkward to say while you're here.
Yeah, Coach Cook, man, he is not afraid to do whatever needs to be done. He's not above anything. So. He preached that to the kids too. He's, Kevin with the finish there, but Coach Cook always says, like, he said, he tells the kids, I would never ask you to do anything I wouldn't do myself, and he shows that.
Here we go. Kovacic tries again down low, taken away by Wesley Johnson. Johnson to the close side of the floor. Long rope to Manyika. Backdoor. Bosa Unwota jams it home. 6'9" sophomore. Another big week in store for him.
Yeah, Bosa has been consistent for Showdam along with Habib down there on the board. Both of them getting some blocks and rebounds consistently over the past few weeks, and right there, just being a presence in the paint.
Wesley Johnson wanted to pull up that inside to Manyika. That's a great look by Johnson, creating a scoring chance to tie us at 11.
Wesley was hot last week. He went off, I think he had 6 threes in their second game last week.
Long pass to the close side of the floor from just on the hardwood. He drains that. Manasua, junior wing, busts that one off. 3.5 left to play in this first period. Following the three, it's a 14-11 game. Wesley Johnson blows a tire. Kovacic escapes Yusuf and can't get the dunk. He'll get the board.
Never
Kovacic
stops.
Picks it back up. Pass to the backside and just out of the reach of Framwell Diaz.
Just the presence of Habib there, following up the fast break. got Kevin looking over his shoulder, but even after the missed layup, he didn't give up, got the ball back. That's something Kevin's motor is. That's one of those things like you were just talking about, that they're a dime a dozen. You know, you can't teach that. The guy's either got to be motivated and have a high motor, or he doesn't. Kevin definitely does.
TJ Richards tried that from downtown. Diaz gets the board. Little recovery from Kamai Samuels. Just beyond the arc. Manasua defensively. Not going to make this easy. Here's the 3-ball. This one too much juice on it. Boarded down low, trying to fit it out to Framwell, and the hold. Two minutes left in this first period from Chattanooga. 5-1-4 Elite working with the ball offensively. Manasua with a cross, takes it into the paint. This is lost. Showdown to the offensive end. Good pace. This one off the glass, and it comes up off the mark. Regathered. 5-1-4. Framwell Diaz again on the offensive end. Hands it off to Samuels. Drives and fires from mid-range. That'll go. Beautiful look by Samuels. He's having a good start to the night. 5-point game, 16-11, trying to cut into that lead. Habib Yusuf with the mid-range J, and it kisses off of the iron. Samuels, 90 seconds left in this first quarter. Pulls up, this is wide. Right away, hit with a whistle. Manyika trying to pull up.
And moving screen there on Bosa. He wasn't, just a little bit too much motion on the screen. Oh no, they called the foul on 5-1-4. He must have been holding the screen. We saw that a few times last week, where the offensive team got called for holding the screener, or the defensive team. Sorry.
Here's the 3-ball. This one just short. Yusuf gets the board. Habib Yusuf battling through Framwell Diaz. Manyika backside. DJ Richards back to him. Manyika wants the 3-ball. This one short.
Good shot by Chris. He can knock those down.
Still a 5-point game. Less than 30 to play in the first quarter, as this will go from mid-range. Nice little J by Samuels. Quick response. This won't go either. There's a foul called down under the basket by Steve Cook. 7 seconds left in this first quarter now. It looks like our clock might have caught up. Well, there you go. 1 quarter in the books, and it's a 6-point game. We've seen a lot of these start super close, and then a team will kind of hit the gas entering the second quarter. Will we see that here? Is one of these teams clearly way out in front in your mind? Is 5-1-4 going to be able to do that, or no?
I don't know. So far, Kevin and Kamai are off to a good start, but, it's one of those situations we've seen over and over again these past few weeks. You've got to get somebody else involved. Showtime has kind of struggled with that a few times, where Vito and Victor really lead the team, but if nobody else gets involved, they've struggled, and they've come up shorter in a couple games because of that. So 5-1-4's got to get somebody else involved, whether that's Boyan, whether that's Framwell. Somebody else has got to start putting some points on the board for them, and for Showtime, they've just got to get their offense going a little bit. Chris and TJ, Weasley, they're going to get things going offensively. Habib and Bosa are doing a great job under the basket. And I think you're right. I think it's early, so guys are going to get warmed up, and we're going to see some action here very shortly.
Week 3, Hawks Gauntlet. Thank you for being with us live. Southeast Sports Network, Huddle TV. from the Hamilton Heights Christian Academy, the new building here on Canyon Drive. I love the facility still. I'm still fired up about it.
Yeah, we're super excited. We've got, you see the scaffolding off to the side over there. Got some painting and lighting going to be happening here soon in the gym. So obviously had to get the light looked at from last week. Had a short up there, so it's a work in progress. But we are super excited about having a home of our own. So
5-1-4 down to the offensive end of the floor. They're out in front on the standings. As Djokovic shows us why with a little lay-in off the glass, giving an 8-point lead, 8-point advantage in this game to 5-1-4 Elite. The point differential is in their favor. They're 3-1. Showdem 2-2. Showtime 1-3 in the Gauntlet to this point. Do you think 5-1-4 will continue this success, or is there any plans to maybe shake up the roster?
So we were having a discussion earlier. It's just like anything else. It's going to be all up to the captains. We had some discussion about some trades earlier today, where a couple of teams were talking about a potential trade that kind of fell apart. But it's kind of going to be left up to them. Coach Cook and I, we do have the override, obviously, if any craziness tries to go on. But
no super teams allowed?
No, I mean, it just, it's obviously all in fairness. We talked about last week that, the structure of the teams, each team has their own strengths and weaknesses. So it's not like we want teams that are carbon copies of each other. I mean, we could move Habib and Bosa's, break them up, but that's kind of a primary characteristic of their team. We could break up Kevin and Kamai, but that's kind of a primary characteristic of their team. So so far the point differentials aren't crazy out of whack. The games have been mostly close. We've had, I think, 2 games that have been double-digit games.
Yeah,
and then other than that, they've been pretty close. So, and we're happy with what we see so far. And today was the first rumblings of a trade. So so far the teams have been pretty happy.
TJ Richards with a gorgeous finish there. 7:20 left in this first half. This is one of our statistical leaders in the Gauntlet to this point. He passes it to the other statistical leader, who comes up wide on the 3. Djokovic and Samuels leading all scorers. Manyika gets fouled as he takes this in off the glass. He'll go to the line for a chance at 3.
Yeah, Kevin and Kamai both over 20 points a game. They're missing a guy over there, Nemanja. He hasn't gotten in a game yet. He's still nursing an injury that he had back in August. So they're down that guy, and they haven't really had another dominant force on their team so far. Boyan has stepped up in a couple games. Fremwell stepped up in a couple games. We saw AJ right here step up in that first week. So that's kind of been the DNA of their team so far. They have the two super skilled guards, and then a bunch of decent pieces around them. Even Big Dom down there getting rebounds last week. I was impressed by him.
Kubike, a junior forward, 6'6". He's new to the program. Best friends with Bosa, though, so I love that you have them playing against each other here, Week 3, Game 1. Both are from Onitsha, Nigeria, correct? Or is he from another town?
I'm not. I know Bosa's from Onitsha, but I'm not sure about Dom.
We'll have to find that out.
Yeah, we have to research that.
Kubike, he's playing with the Navy program this season. On the 5-1-4 Elite rosters, you saw they're battling down low. Now, Kamai Samuels had a board last trip up the floor on the offensive end, and he's one of the rebounding leaders as well in this Gauntlet, which is crazy to me. He's one of the top scorers, one of the top assisting players, right? He's creating a lot of opportunities for teammates, probably namely Djokovic if you really look into the tape, and then also 7 rebounds per game. That's wild.
Yeah, so Kamai, he's in the top 5 of rebounders as well, overall, as well as being up there Where's he in points? He's number 2 as far as points go. Yeah, he's doing things other than just scoring the ball.
Here's Samuels right here to prove us right. Oh, a little feedback door to Mubike, who gets fouled.
But good vision to try to draw a defender and dump it off there to Dom.
Dominic Mubike to the charity stripe, and it's now just a 2-point game. You know, we came out of quarter 1 talking about, will this differential grow? Clearly it hasn't, as it remains a 2-point game. 23-21, 4:22 left to go in this second quarter. This clatters all around and comes out. Habib Yusuf gets the board. Close side. Yusuf to Wesley Johnson. Johnson centers it up to TJ Richards. Richards drives towards the arc. Steps back. Fires from downtown. That'll go. So that clutch 3 shows them the lead by 1 point, but it only lasts for a moment as 514 drops in a bucket on the offensive end in response. 25-24, 3:40 left in this first half. Manyika, 10 points per game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, as there's a lot of contact here. He's trying to work around to the ball.
Yeah, we've seen that from Chris a couple of times. He's very confident in his abilities. The offensive foul there, he's trying to dribble through the defenders and things like that. Got a foul on Shodem there before the shot. But, we've seen from Chris, he's very confident, but sometimes he doesn't seem to trust his teammates all that much. He's got to be confident that he can pass the ball and that he's going to get it back. So we'd like to see Chris moving the ball a little bit more, getting his teammates involved.
Wisley with a nice pass to the corner, and Manyika can't hit the 3. Bosa Nwuta doesn't pull down the board. Richards does. His 3 is off the mark, as well as Lee can't gather up the board. Habib Yusuf, the foul as he drives into the low block. 2.5 left in this first half. Yusuf also one of the leaders in the gauntlet to this point. 11 points per game, 8 rebounds per game.
Yeah, Habib's got, I think he's like 3 blocks, 3 blocks
he's
a
leading
game.
all blockers, right?
Yeah, he's doing exactly what he needs to do, getting some rebounds, going back up, trying to finish at the basket, blocking shots. Extremely talented. Knocking down free throw.
Remains a very close game heading towards the halftime break. 2 minutes left in this first half in a 2-point game. Dukovacic fires a laser to the close side. Diaz down low to Lee. Lee trying for the turnaround. Jay feeds it across the side. This one from along the baseline. Lee for the putback gets it. 4-point game as 514 extends their lead 29-25. TJ Richards to Wesley Johnson. Johnson drives, fires. This had too much on it. Samuels off of the board, loses the orange as it rattles and rolls off of the floor. We're under 2 minutes in the half, so the clock will stop. Quick change on the floor. Samuels will get a break. This is Dukovacic. Dukovacic drives into the paint, back outside. Framwell Diaz heavily contested. He hits the 3.
The way that came out of his hand, I almost thought that Habib got a fingertip on it, but he drained it.
32-25, 7-point game as Manyika gets a bucket back. Battling his way towards the rack, able to somehow finesse that one into the twine. Dukovacic. The response is short. A second chance. It's Lee from the straightaway. This one didn't have enough on it. Picked up off of the hardwood, down along the baseline, and it finds its way off the floor. 31 seconds remaining in this second quarter. They let the clock run down to 29. Long shot. This one boarded, and will go to Shodem. Yusuf will put this into play to Manyika. Christopher Manyika. 20 seconds left. Drives, feeds it backside, taken at, and Bosan Wuta can't finish this off. Regathered by Shodem in a slot here. Too much contact for the Lightning, and the official under the basket. He'll go to the line.
Good job staying with the play right there by Lee. Must have got a little bit of his arm, but great job there, just not giving up.
Five points separate these two. The first will go. To cut it to a three-point game, this one's off the mark. Habib Yusuf gets the board. This one's short to Kovacic with 4 seconds. 2 seconds to Kovacic. This one is swatted at by Yusuf as time expires. No goaltending, that'll stand. 4 points separate these two as we enter the halftime break. Seems like every time we get to the end of a half, it's all drama. Tony, any quick thoughts before we take a short break?
No, great job by Habib there. That was a clean pin on the backboard. Love to see TJ getting involved there for Shodem. I know they're still behind a little bit. But they went on a couple little runs there with Chris and TJ getting involved. They've got to continue that offensively to be able to keep up with the juggernaut that is Kevin and Kamai over there on the other side.
We'll take a quick break. 4-point game, 32-28, 5-1-4 lead on SCSN. Back here in Chattanooga, the Hawks Gauntlet. We've got all the action on the Southeast Sports Network Huddle TV. Gabriel Schrei here with Tony Williams. Game 1, week 3. This has been a fun one. 32-28 at the half. 5-1-4 currently just barely edging out Shodem. Both get a short break. They'll come back to the floor. Couple of seconds off the clock and a lot of contact near the center of the floor. To Kovacic. To the offensive end. Outlet pass close side to Framwell Diaz. Diaz battles his way inside. Taken up by Yusuf. Habib Yusuf. Long outlet pass. Wisley Johnson just can't quite hook that in. I love the look. Trying to run the floor offensively. This is Kamai Samuels. Right away, 3 seconds. (32-28), a 4-point game. 1 minute gone in quarter 3. Wesley Johnson pulls up. That's off the mark. To Kovacic. To the offensive end. Samuels to the corner. Diaz, this one too much juice, too much sauce. Just beyond the backside of the iron, TJ Richards in front of his own bench, heavily defended by Samuels. Bosun Wuta sets up a pick. He keeps the ball moving from in the paint. This one rattles around and finally drops in to cut it to a 2-point game. 32-30, 8:20 left in the third. Here's 5-1-4 Elite. Samuels picks it up, hooked back outside, driving, wanted to fire, kicks it back out to Kamai. This shot had too much on it. Framwell Diaz blockered away. Yusuf, there's another block for our blocks leader, averaging 3 per game. Pass up the floor is loose. Manyika, backdoor, still alive. TJ Richards to Yusuf. Yusuf drives from the elbow and puts it in with a little kiss off of the glass.
Gabe, I was doing some IT work here trying to get our on-screen little scoreboard to act right, and I look up and the game's tied. What happened?
A lot. A lot happened.
So Habib got a block there. That's his third of the game at least that I've kept track of. So he's right on track with his average.
This is Kevin Kovacic standing on the arc. He'll drive. This one off the side of the backboard. And the referee with a whistle. Got a piece of his arm on the way inside.
Yeah, with the bigs, that's something that's a point of emphasis, especially with the referees that go play some regular high school teams and stuff. That some of these referees aren't used to seeing guys this size. So it's a point of emphasis with our bigs. Keep your hands straight up. Go straight up. Verticality is key. Any amount of your hands coming down on to the offensive player, they're going to call that a foul all day long.
TJ Richards walking to the offensive end. Shodem taken away, and the whistle to Kovacic would have been all alone. TJ Richards will inbound. Shodem, long ball to Wesley Johnson. He's standing a few feet beyond the arc. Bust a move, pass outside to Manyika. Manyika is heavily defended by Samuels, doesn't like the look. Trying to shake him as he passes it back to Johnson, who's near the corner. This one a big high bounce off of the iron, taken down the floor to Kovacic, swatted away. Yusuf again, the highlight reel play. Now he gets a steal. That's TJ Richards to Wesley Johnson, back across to Onwuta, and this will escape the hardwood. Oh my goodness. These guys are playing up tempo, 110%, pedal to the metal.
Yeah, it's great to see. Great to see. I think Bosa got distracted there on the opposite end. I don't know, maybe referee Cook talked to him, was down there talking to him and distracting him. He wasn't able to corral that pass, but yeah, it's definitely some fast-paced, up-tempo basketball.
Baby, what a long three.
Just, his name seems to keep coming up.
He's a great shot creator, very athletic, player out of France. TJ Richards. That one rattled around. Yusuf wants to create the second chance bucket. This off the glass. Bosun Wuta nearly had the board, and the jostling results in the whistle.
Yeah, Mobika there on the foul. It's exactly what we're talking about. His arm got wrapped around Bosa's shoulder there instead of him just having his hands straight up.
Manyika sliding underneath of Kovacic. 4.5 in this third quarter. Foul is on Kevin Kovacic. Was that over the back?
Yeah,
he jumped over him.
Yeah, so I mean, foul there and one. Going to give him the basket and one.
3-point game to the corner. Inside, Framwell Diaz nearly stolen away. 5-1-4 keeps it moving. Back up top. Diaz pulls up 3-point range. This one clatters around. He gets the board off his own miss. Swatted at and nearly taken by Yusuf as it rolls over the baseline.
Great second effort there by Framwell to go get that offensive rebound off his missed shot.
This is Dukovacic, steps up from the elbow. This one takes a sharp bounce as Bosa rolls to the floor.
A little bit too much effort there by Framwell, pushing Bosa in the back there. And
Those are some big dudes to be colliding.
Yeah, and Bosa I think added a little bit of dramatics, but sometimes that, that's what it takes to get the referee's attention. So.
This is TJ Richards. Richards down to Yusuf. Yusuf turns, goes to work off the glass and the whistle before he can finish off the play. He'll go to the line and shoot two. They trail by just 3, 37-34, 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in this third quarter.
Coach Maxwell over there is getting a little animated. He wants to see a little bit more of that from Habib. And just take the ball and just go up. Either you're going to get your 2 points or you're going to get fouled. Either way, you're going to just go up strong. He wants to see some more of that.
With great pace, this is Dukovacic. Off the glass, that'll go. Automatic. Extends the lead back to 4. TJ Richards floats this backside. Manyika can't put it home. Yusuf trying for the second chance. Now the foul. It looks like 5-on-4 is just going to take that all day long, right? Send him to the line. What can he do?
Yeah, I mean, it's another example of what we were just talking about. I mean, Framwell has to know that he can't bring his arms down. He wants to swat at that ball. You're not going to block the shot of Habib going up. You're not going to block his shot. So you got to just go vertical and hope to contest and get him to miss the layup. So Framwell's a little frustrated, but he's got to go straight up on that.
To the offensive end, Dukovacic rattles around and falls. It's back to a 4-point lead for 5-1-4.
Kevin wanted that and one there.
On the offensive end, Yusuf fighting through traffic. He takes a step. Good eyes by Coach Cook under the basket.
Yeah, good call.
This is Kevin Dukovacic. From the top of the block, that rattles around and falls into the twine, and it extends their lead to 6. Almost said 5. Got my math right this week. Under 1 to go in this third quarter. Pull up from Manyika. Osun Wuta with the board. TJ Richards, he'll hit this from long range. 43-40. Wanted to pull up. Quick pass to the close side. That'll go for Framwell.
Great spacing there by Framwell, finding the open space there in the short corner and knocking down the little mid-range shot.
30 seconds left in this third period. This is swatted away. Long feed. Dukovacic running the floor. Backdoor Samuels. That'll go. A 7-point lead for 5-1-4 Elite. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Wisley Johnson to the offensive end. This is swatted out of play with 10 seconds left. Inbounding quickly, TJ Richards on the back end of the court. 3 seconds. He'll pull up. This one is short. Second chance. This is swatted at. Still alive for a couple of seconds, but that's the score we'll carry into our final quarter. It's 47-40 on the Southeast Sports Network between Showdem and 5-1-4 Elite. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more action in just a moment. Welcome back. 47-40 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Entering the fourth period of play between Shodem, 514 Elite. 7-point game. 514 is in the driver's seat. We're giving Coach Cook a hard time about his calls under the basket.
White ball.
Shodem will take over with the ball to start this final period of play. Gabriel Schrei here with Tony Williams on SCSN. Exciting prep basketball action in the Hawks Gauntlet. The number one team in the Gauntlet is 514, and right now they're firmly in the driver's seat. We'll see if they can extend that lead to double digits or if Shodem will get back into the game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Are they going to run away with it, or is Shodem going to be able to cut that gap back down, which we saw them easily do at the beginning of the last period.
Quick pass to the close side, working it around the top of the arc. Samuels drives from the elbow. That'll go. Nice little J. It extends the lead to 9 for 514.
Terrific shot there by Kamai Samuels.
Framwell harassing TJ Richards. Pass down low. Bosa and Wuta off the glass. Ships back into that lead. Moves it back to 7. That'll take it back up to double digits. Kevin Dukovic with the long ball. 52-42, a 10-point game as they take a timeout on the floor.
That's exactly what we've got to see from Shodem. They got to move the ball around, get it down low, or distribute it to the guys around the three-point line, but they've got to move the ball and get everybody involved, get some offense going. Then they got to get back and play defense.
Shodem is still right in the game. They're not far out of this. They just need to hit a couple of big balls, and they'll be in contention in a 10-point game. Close separation, close action on SCSN. We've got it all. Getting back underway. 9 minutes left to play following that timeout. Shodem will work with the ball offensively. This is TJ Richards running the floor, calling out to his teammates. Trailing by 10. Bosa and Wuta. On Wuta. Inside, over the top of Framwell, delivers the floater. Long ball to the corner. Samuels wants to take it himself. Back outside, Kevin Dukovic to that same spot in the corner, and the three will go. Emmanuel Mises, the sophomore from the Dominican Republic. He's out of San Cristobal, gets the three. That makes it an 11-point game as 514 is still working to put gas on the fire of their lead.
Emmanuel is a very capable shooter. He's struggled with his minutes so far in the past few weeks, and just trying to get his confidence and getting some open shots off. He's open right now. Habib has got his back turned to him.
His brother is playing at Chattanooga State, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yep,
Yerold talked about that.
Yerold played at Hamilton Heights a few years ago. Went and played a couple years. Well, I say played. Went to Lincoln Memorial Division II school up in Northeast Tennessee for a couple years. Suffered 2 ACL injuries while he was at Lincoln Memorial, so never actually got to play, and decided with his brother coming here this year, he wanted to come back, be close to his brother, and prove himself as a capable player still. And so he wanted to go to Chat State, prove that he still got it to people who have doubted him based on his injuries. It's hard to overcome that. I think, well, you're just injury prone. Maybe you just can't do it anymore. So he wants to prove himself and give his brother every opportunity to prove himself. So he's been working out with him.
He gets the steal right there, creates the second chance.
It's been great for Manuel and great for Yerold to be back in Chattanooga, working out and getting back in the grind.
Munyika looked like he was going to hand it off to Richards. Tries to take it himself. Basketball is loose. Picked back up. TJ Richards standing back on the beak of the Hawk. calling out to his teammates, wants to drive, lots of traffic. This off the glass, regathered. Bosa and Wuta puts it back. It's a 9-point game, 6.5 left to play. They've already used up 3.5 minutes of this final quarter, and the score is about the same margin as it was when we entered. In fact, it's a little larger. It was a 7-point game at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, we're looking at 9 now.
Onwuta, he's scored 3 buckets in this quarter already. Long feed, easy dunk, all alone, extends the lead to 11 for 5-1-4 elite. Manyika to the corner. T.J. Richards pulls up the 3. Onwuta with a putback, that'll go. Onwuta's racking up the points here in this final quarter. To Kovacic, blockered away by Yusuf.
Is that 5?
Big time play, that's 5, I think. Wisley, back to T.J. Richards. He's double teamed and in trouble. Manyika wanted to pull up. Yusuf with a jam in traffic. Look out, folks. Here's the pull up for Amwell. That's off the mark. 59-52. 7-point game. This is Wisley Johnson. Oh, to cut it to 4. That pops back out on him. Samuels looking to pad the lead. 2 quick passes from the corner. Wants 3. That'll go. Oh, he's money.
Juice with another 3 right there. Manuel could have shot that, but was unselfish. Passed it to a wide open man. Got the assist. And Juice with a nice 3.
T.J. Richards with a floater. That's short. And so it's a 10-point game. Onwuta has it stolen away. Framwell. Long ball to Kovacic. He takes it himself, and the putback will go. Just Manasua, junior wing, is just racking up the points. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, he's looked great. Bosa is doing everything he can to keep his team in the game down there on the offensive side, getting offensive boards and putting them back. He had his second game last week. He had 12 boards and 10 points, and most of those points off offensive rebounds. He's trying to do it again.
There's one more look at that, the replay. What a jam. What a jam.
You know, and he got a block down the other end and then rewarded himself by getting a sweet jam on the other end.
64-52, a 12-point game. I mean, obviously, that's only 4 possessions up and down the floor, you know, if you hit 4 threes in a row. It's not super likely, but they're not out of it.
I mean, Weasley had 20 points last week, 6 threes. TJ, as he's shown, is a capable shooter. They could be back in this game quickly.
This is Habib Yusuf. 4.5 minutes left to play to Wisley Johnson. Johnson back up to Richards. TJ to the far side to Manyika. Manyika calling out to his teammates. Doesn't like what's set up in front of him. Around Lee. Takes it into the paint. Tries off the backboard. Bosa and Wuta, the second chance bucket, cuts it back to a 10-point game.
Another offensive rebound and points for Bosa there.
Samuels to Lee. Lee picks it up. Hands it back off to him. Kamai into the paint. Swatted at by Bosa. Manuel will inbound. 3:40 left in this final quarter. To Kovacic, fires on the move, and the whistle as he gets the shot off.
Through contact there. Got the whistle, so he's going to get one more.
To Kovacic from the line, that'll go. 13 points separate these two. Showed them they basically have to go up and down the floor perfectly for any chance to stay in this. T.J. Richards in the corner. Drives inside, Manyika. Manyika from the elbow, that one off the mark. Swatted at, 5-1-4 takes it. And this is really almost out of reach at this point Great showing, though. Shodem hung around for a long time in this first game of week 3.
Yeah, Shodem's just got to make better use of their possessions. Like I said earlier, if they move the ball around and get people involved, they're gonna have success. But if they just try to force bad looks, it doesn't turn out too well for them.
2:20 left in this final quarter, barring any miraculous comebacks. He'll drop to 2-3 in the Gauntlet. 5-4 Elite will rise to 4-1 in the Gauntlet to this point. They're way out in front. This will also, if they can keep this margin, increase their differential pretty substantially. It's a +8 right now that would increase to +19 if the game ended at this moment. Less than 2 to play, so the clock will stop on fouls, contacts, inbounds. TJ Richards to Johnson, nearly stolen away, regathered by Wisley. Wisley, backside of the paint, the intercept by Samuels.
No foul there on the...
To Djokovic.
No foul again.
Somehow kept that alive.
That's 2 possessions in a row. Kevin's wanted a foul that is going to go as a block to Habib, so Habib had 2 blocks there because of no foul calls.
Clock will stop for just a moment. 69-56. Shodem. I like the way the roster of Hamilton Heights has been divided up for this Gauntlet. It's lots of fun to see these guys competing in the different sections of the roster where the talent lies. As Samuels pulls up for 3, that one's short. Wisley. Finesse that to Richards. 60 seconds left to play. Lee somehow comes up with the ball. Long feed. Samuels, close side. Djokovic wants 3. That'll go. Wow, he's just on fire.
Tell you what, he just has, like we were talking earlier, he has an insane motor and just incredible will to win at whatever he's doing. You know, he doesn't care if it's a, you know, what is this? 14-point lead here, 16-point lead. He doesn't care. He wants to get as much as he can.
That made me feel a little better about my math skills. Here's the 3. That one won't go from the corner. Regathered, 5-1-4. He goes down in the low block. Looks to be all right as he'll come up quickly. 18.6 seconds showing on the clock. Ubike will head to the stripe.
Coach Antoine's going to have to take a minute or two to get his team together and kind of give them some directives in between games here. They've got next up against Showtime here in just a few minutes, and you know, they've got Bryson back. He's had a week to kind of get his legs back under him. Excited to see what they've got going on. And Bosa and Habib really active today, so we'll see what that offense can do in game 2.
Feed down low, move BK off the glass. That'll go 76-56, a 20-point game. 8 seconds left to play. TJ Richards, close side, closing seconds. Manyika can't get this, and as the clock expires, he fires a long 3. That won't go, so their score differential as they rise to 4-1 in the Gauntlet is +28 now. You got to take that and run with it.
Yes, especially a limited amount of games. You know, there's a chance that you could have teams with identical records. So then after that, it goes to score differential. So a game like this is very important.
One more look at that long 3. That's a beautiful one. That'll do it for game 1. Week 3, we'll take a break and be back with game 2 in a few minutes. This has been Prep Basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Great victory for Tony Williams and everybody. I'm Gabriel Schrei. We'll catch you later.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.